All right. Hello, everyone. I think this is actually running now. I'm not totally sure. OBS just updated, and so I'm struggling a little bit with this. I'm gonna go ahead and share this link on Discord quick. Then yeah, we'll get going with some games here momentarily. All right, everyone, welcome. I don't actually know if anyone is here yet, but yeah, if you are here, let me know in the chat and let me know what you want to see. We've got Sanctuaries just dropped from Nature Incarnate, and I'm really excited about that. And I cannot wait to actually play some of these new spirits and aspects. I'll be trying to do some games with all of them, hopefully over the next few days. I think I'm gonna just start out with something a little silly. One of my favorite spirits is Haven River in this pack, and so I really want to check that out. Should maybe go and actually, the new art is so cool. Let's actually go into card library for a minute and go to spirits. What is it? River Surges in Sunlight. Let's see. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's aspects up here. Whoops. Here we go. Haven River. We've got some new art here. We've got all of these different river heads. There's up to 5 heads, I guess, in this one. That's kind of cool. Coming out of the river and like having like safe fishing grounds or shoreline here. This is really cool. I'm liking it. Otherwise, Haven River. What have we got here? We've got a new replacement for massive flooding here that's going to encourage us to both learn algebra and also use our top tracks some more. We're going to be able to do things where we defend E in an adjacent land, where E is our energy track number, and then gather Dahan and remove invaders. So all of that's going to be really fun, I think. Yeah, I'm going to hop into it with that spirit. I'm going to actually do something a little silly with it too, which is we are going to play, not Sunshine, Haven. We're going to play Haven, and we're going to play Elemental Invocation. I think that it's really cool with this spirit, just because you can so easily hit the other thresholds on your innate with this. You don't have to like get lucky with your drafts as much, and you can do all kinds of crazy things. So let's do Elemental Invocation, and let's do something difficult. Haven removes E health worth of invaders. I'm gonna do, well, actually, if I want to be able to show multiple spirits, maybe we shouldn't do something difficult. Sorry, I didn't really plan this out as much as I probably should have. This is more of a, hey, I'm excited that the new content dropped and I really want to play it. So, we'll do that. If there's any adversary you do want to see, or any of the other spirits, I'll try and get some of that today. But for now, let's just go with like England 4. I don't want to do England 5 just because the bonus health. So let's start with England 4. Elemental Invocation gets them an extra town, an accelerated deck, and an extra fear card. So that's all a little annoying, but we'll deal with it all right. We got everything else turned on. I think that's everything. Let's just hop into it then. All right. So, mountains gets accelerated away. Invaders explore in the wetlands. So that's great. That'll make it easy to defend in our early lands here. Now, for Haven, I think for the build we probably want to try and do some stuff with getting our getting the full innate. Probably on, maybe not the full innate, but we definitely want to do some defending in land 5. I'm thinking land 8, we're probably just going to try and solve with something like Wash Away, move it into another land nearer to land 5. And then when that gets built up, we'll figure out a way to deal with it. So let's go for sort of a, not a super standard opening, but let's do, Well, actually, let's just explore here. I'm going to go ahead and grow into land 6, I think, and then to land 5. Going to go from top track and bottom track so that we can start getting that extra energy. And this is England, so we have adjacency builds, so we can't like do a flash floods play on land 8 very easily here. But we can wash them away. So I think I want to. I really like that it doesn't say defend E, it actually just says the defend amount now. So like my energy tracks it too. That is easier to think through. So nice UI design there. I appreciate that, Handelabra. So let's just do River's Bounty and Wash Away this turn. We'll gather some Dahan. The defend is going to be wasted, which is fine because we only need to do the defend 2 next turn in land 5. We don't need to defend another land. And then we can also generate a... Let's see. I think I want to generate... I want to put an element on the board. I think I want to put it here so I can take out whatever town. Oh, except then I would need to get the earth element actually in order to do the defend in an adjacent land. Well, we could just wash away something. Well, we'll try to wash away intelligently. I'm gonna put a plant element here, just so that we can like remove some invaders later on, and that should be helpful. So let's do that for now. I'm gonna go ahead and gather in some Dahan. Or wait. Oh, it's a land or an adjacent land with your presence. So I can actually just gather this Dahan into the sands, which is great. Let's do that. Alright, invaders build in the wetlands, explore in the jungles. Okay, that's great for us. Because then we can basically leave land 1 alone for the time being. We might let it blight. And we'll just solve land 4 here. River's Bounty. I think I want to... Well, let's see. Wash Away first. We want to solve land 8. Let's throw those into land 6. And then River's Bounty, let's actually put another Dahan into land 6, I think. Or do we want to put it in land 5? Let's put it in land 5. We'll finish gathering, spawn an extra Dahan, keep going. Can watch all my suboptimal, I'm sure, Haven River play, because I haven't played this aspect enough yet, because it's just now getting to digital, which is exciting. So, anyway. Let's go ahead, and I want to go up to, I think, 3 energy this turn. I'm planning on playing both of these, which would let me... If I actually put a earth element in the corner up here of 1 and 6, then I could defend land 5 and remove health from land 6, which might be kind of nice. I don't think I could set up to do that in land 1, because I didn't put my plant element in the right spot last turn. I maybe should have put it at 1, 2, 5 instead. But let's go ahead and go to... Let's make that a sacred site. Let's grow into... I'm probably going to want to grow into land 4. Land 4 is going to build no matter what. That Flash Floods is going to be pretty useless. Well, we can take out the town in land 2, I guess. But we'll play these 2. And then we want to put an earth element... Let's put the earth element here. So then that should get this at full in land 6. So let's finish playing cards. Boon of Vigor ourselves. Flash Floods, take out a town and get a little bit of fear. And then call to a Sunlit Haven in land 6. We will defend 3 in land 5, and we will remove 3 health of invaders from land 6. Sprawl contained by the wilds. Okay, we add a wilds token in a land without invaders, which is probably going to be land 8. Yeah, just to try and keep the inside a little bit under control. We'll see if we can pocket that eventually. Land 3 is not... Well, land 3 actually might not be a crazy option, because we could try and get a way to remove from land 4. No, land 3 has Dahan in it. It'll be fine. And then let's build in a land. I think I'm going to just let land 1 be a giant mess for now, rather than try and do anything with that. Oh, people are actually commenting. Hello, yes, I am live streaming for once. I I don't do this very often, but I don't think I have enough time to like properly record a video right now, and so we're just kind of winging it here. So I'm going to let it build in land 1, let that kind of become a giant mess. We get to destroy the Explorer in land 4. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't stop the build in land 4, because we got a town in land 7, too. Never mind. Oof. Okay, land 1 is now a big problem. It is going to build is going to ravage and then build next turn. So we need to get a solution to that pretty fast here. I think I'm going to reclaim and gain. Do I want to gain a minor or a major here? We're going to have 6 energy this turn. I should gain a major. I'm not sure what I forget with that major, but let's figure something out. Is there anything particularly... Well, yeah, let's just gain a major. Okay, Indomitable Claim, that's always nice. And if we did Indomitable Claim plus River's Bounty, we could potentially gather Dahan into land 1 and deal damage there, so that's cool. Sea Monster is also really fun. Just set up a bunch of beasts and start wrecking things. Winds of Rust and Atrophy would not be enough for land 1, but could defend land 4. Walls of Rock and Thorn, we could do Earth and Plant, couldn't we? With Elemental Invocation? Yeah, I think we could. That would be enough. Yeah, there is a spirit added with Sanctuaries. It's Towering Roots of the Jungle. I just started out with Haven River because I like Haven, and I don't know why. It was just sort of a choice. Walls of Rock and Thorn is actually really tempting here because we get a lot of stuff out of it. We get the Wilds, we get the Badlands, we get 4 damage, which takes out a couple of towns and really helps us push against that loss condition. But I think Indomitable Claim is just stronger here. So let's do that. Let's take Indom. That gives us our extra Earth element. I think I'm gonna forget Wash Away, or should I forget Flash Floods here? Let's forget Flash Floods. It's not gonna be that useful, especially if we're pulling a bunch of Dahan into land 1 here momentarily. So I want to play Indomitable Claim and River's Bounty, which should let me gather 3 Dahan into land 1 once I Indomitable Claim in there. And do I want to put any other elements down? I could put down an Earth element on land 1 to get the skip action, but I don't want to skip the actions there. I want them to ravage. So the only thing then would be is putting a plant element somewhere, which we're going to target land 6 anyway, and so we might as well remove the plant element there, or try and get the plant element there taken care of. So let's spend... Oh, we have to spend 2 energy? Why can't we spend it there? Oh, because that costs 3 energy there. Okay, let's spend 2 energy and get another plant element here. And then that will let us remove 3 health worth of invaders to take out the town in land 6 as well. So, finish playing cards. I want an Indomitable Claim here in land 1. And, oh, we can actually go from top track and get up to 4 energy now. And then that'll mean that Call to a Sunlit Haven now does the 4 stuff. So let's do that on land 6. We're going to click a land to gather into. We're going to gather 4 Dahan in. Try and do a bunch of counterattack damage. Remove this town. Sacred Sites under threat. That's going to be interesting. Each Sacred Site pushes something to an adjacent land, which I don't think we actually have any Sacred Sites where this triggers. So we could just guard them yourself. Beast's Prowl is going to generate a fear. Spirit Speakers solve riddles of power will get us a minor power, so that's cool. So I don't think we want to... We definitely want to guard yourself. Do that, and then gain a minor. Okay, Voracious Growth is probably really good for us. That gets us that plant element. It's also the only one on here with water, which is appealing. There's nothing with animal. I suppose Call to Ferocity has sun and earth. But I think Voracious Growth is going to be more useful here. I'm just drafting on elements almost instead of even thinking about other things. But here we go. Let's clear out 2 cities and a town. Oh, that feels great. 4 Dahan counterattack. We do lose a presence in land 4, unfortunately, and then land 4 is going to ravage again next turn. So that's a little annoying, but I think we can do something with Indomitable Claim, or maybe... I'm not actually sure what I want to do about land 4. Maybe we'll Indomitable Claim in land 4 if we can get to our... Or no, we can't quite get to our Reclaim 1. So I would have to Reclaim to do that. Let's let them build in land 4, maybe. And... No, then we take the Blight Cascade. Now I am waffling again. Because we don't have a good way to clean up the Blight right away. We could pull more Dahan into land 1 to make sure it clears. Let's do that. Let's do that. Land 8, thankfully, will not build even with the adjacency build. So let's go ahead and pull another Dahan in here and just have a big old Dahan party. That's, what is that, 6 Dahan now, which should be able to 3, 7, 8, 9. We probably didn't even need to pull that one in. All right. So this turn, I think I want to get up to 3 card plays, try and get our innates going again. Do we want to do anything with land 4, though, is my question. Because it is going to Blight and Cascade after it builds. Oh, man, we do need to just Reclaim, don't we? Because this is going to Ravage for... Because it's going to build first. We do have 2 fear cards, so we... Oh, well, no, we don't have double high immigration. We're not playing England 6. So we probably want to set up land 1 with a defend for at least 11, and we're not going to get that off of our innate. So I think we do need to Reclaim here just to get Indomitable Claim back. And let's take another Minor to see if we get something good to go alongside it. Encompassing Ward is probably not actually going to be all that useful. Domesticated Animals go Berserk, Treacherous Waterways, Elemental Boon. I am not enthused by any of these. I think maybe we just take Encompassing Ward so that maybe we can like do something crazy with Indomitable Claim later. Or maybe we just take Treacherous Waterways because it costs 0 and has water and earth. We could add another Wilds back to land 8. Or add a Wilds to land 3, maybe. We're still going to take a Blight Cascade and flip the Blight card this turn, which is annoying. But I think that's fine. So if domestic... No, there's just too much stuff in land 1 because we're setting it up as the capital. So I'll take Treacherous Waterways. Play Indomitable Claim again, and also play... let's maybe play Voracious Growth to try and clear out some of land 5? Or do we want to... I'm just trying to think about where I want to... Because if we play Voracious Growth... if we play Voracious Growth or Boon of Vigor... then we can remove the invaders from land 5 so they don't build a city there, which is kind of nice. We also don't need to defend in land 1 outside of the Indomitable Claim, so that's also handy. And I think that's fine. I don't think we need to place another element right now. Again, land 4 is going to be a problem. It's going to Blight, it's going to Cascade. But I think that's better than trying to like pull all the Dahan out of land 1 and just take the Blight there. Because we do want to clear that and get the capital under control. Which land 4 will then become the capital, but we can then deal with that on a future turn. So let's go for it. All right, I want an Indomitable Claim here. I'm going to go for the second 2-card play spot so that I can go and get my Reclaim 1 next turn and grab Indo Claim back, or whatever we need. And then Sunlit Haven, call to a Sunlit Haven. Let's go in land 5. We can remove both the invaders. So they just build a town. All right, no Bravery without numbers. That isn't going to affect anything. Prey on the Heedless gets us an Explorer dead, I guess. Or we could damage the city and then finish it off with Voracious Growth. That's not a bad idea. Because Voracious Growth is 2 damage, and that's probably more useful than trying to remove the Blight. So let's damage the city, because that's going to be our capital in a minute here. All right, each player chooses a different land with the Han, and each defend 2. I guess we'll add some more defend in land 1. Each player removes an explorer from a coastal land. Ah, terror level 1 fear cards. They don't do too much. Hello, thank you. I'm glad you like my videos, and it's fine if you're not a good player. I mean, hopefully this helps a little bit with that, or you can at least have fun watching anyway. I am kind of going ridiculously fast here if I can, because I do not know exactly what I'm doing. Ooh, burn brightest before the end. I haven't had this blight card in a while. So immediately each spirit adds a presence to one of their lands or removes a presence from their presence tracks. 2 blight per player. We're definitely keeping it. I know that it's not always a good idea to keep the 2 blight per player cards in solo. You can actually mulligan them in solo. A lot of people don't know that rule, but it's very handy. So let's go ahead and add a presence to. Let's double up in land 5. I don't know that we really need to do that, but hey, it's an extra sacred site. Why not? All right, and we got coastal lands, so we didn't have to take an extra build in land 4, so that's kind of nice. Let's go do 2 damage here, clear that out. And then now we're going to actually be able to get our Reclaim 1 and hit 4 card plays in a moment, which is pretty cool. So we probably want to go into land 7, actually, or into land 4, so that we can remove invaders there, and then defend land 5 and pull Dahan in, so that they get destroyed in the counterattack. So let's go to land 4, because I think that's going to be the bigger problem here. Get to 4 card plays, and then we can reclaim. I was going to reclaim Indomitable Claim, but I don't think I actually need to, and I'm kind of low on energy. So let's just take Voracious Growth back here. We can play Boon of Vigor, River's Bounty, Wash Away. Actually, do we need Wash Away? Or do we want Treacherous Waterways? We probably want Treacherous Waterways, because I'm going to try and actually remove it so that the buildings in land 4, so that we don't actually have to. We can solve land 3 by pushing the Explorer out now. So I think that'll work. And then Voracious Growth. We could place another element marker, but we're maxing out our innate anyway, so that's not really a big deal. Let's go ahead and do that. So Boon of Vigor on ourselves, Treacherous Waterways on land 3 to push the Explorer to land. Let's push them in land 4 with the Beast token. Call to a Sunlit Haven. Oh, but they're gonna build in the jungles anyway. Whatever. I'm messing this up somewhat, but that's fine. They'll still build in land 3, but we can just defend it next turn if we need to. Let's grab 3 Dahan, or do we want 4 Dahan? We do have River's Bounty up, so let's grab 4 Dahan, just so we've got a nice big stack in there. Remove the 2 towns from land 4. We're our Blighted Island. World's Vibrance fades. Okay, we definitely want to destroy presence here, because we do not want to remove Blight from the Blight card right now with only 2 Blight. Beasts Chase Off Homesteaders will let us push Explorers out of land 4. I don't think that's going to be too helpful, but we can do it. Let's push them into land 5, because then they'll die in the Ravage. Raiding and Retaliation in each land with buildings, 1 damage per Dahan, then surviving deal damage. Oh, that actually just clears that land. Okay, cool. Each player may push up to 2 Explorers from an inland land. That's not useful. Each player removes an Explorer from a land with stuff. Let's remove from land 1 so that actually won't build. That's nice. We will still get the town in land 3, of course. Mountains Explore. We get an escalation. I think we want to take the escalation in. Probably in land 4, actually. Because I don't think we're going to be able to get enough stuff in land 2 right away. Well, no, we're going to be able to gather a bunch of Dahan into there. So let's take the escalation in land 2, and we'll gather Dahan in there and defend there in land 3 next turn, I think. Because we can use... We can hit it with some mix of Indomitable Claim and our innate. So, Voracious Growth. Let's take out the town in land 4, or do we want to get some Blight Insurance? Blight Insurance might be better. Let's just clear the Blight in land 5. Dahan, I want to pull some Dahan. I'd love to pull Dahan into land 7, but I think I'm going to pull Dahan into land 4 from land 5, so that's a little more under control. And then we've got the extra Dahan we need to potentially deal with land 2 here in a moment. So we could like draft a card, but I'm just going to reclaim here. We're going to have 11 energy this turn. That's ridiculous. Let's gain another major. Hey, Insatiable Hunger of the Swarm. We could totally do that on a 2 blight per player Blighted Island card. That would be funny. We don't have enough animal elements to threshold it, unfortunately, or enough air. That would be so funny, though. Ravaged Undergrowth slithers back to life is kind of appealing. We could use that on land 7 to deal some damage, and I think we probably hit the threshold on it. 3 water, 2 plant. Yeah, we definitely do. And that would let us shove a lot of things to the coast, I think. Or towards the coast, anyway. Settle into hunting grounds. We don't have the animal for it again. I don't think that's going to be all that useful, unfortunately. Twisted Flowers Murmur Ultimatums. How close are we to Terra 2? We're 3 fear away. So we could use that, potentially. But I think I want to do Ravaged Undergrowth Slithers back to life. That's more fun. Let's go ahead and forget Treacherous Waterways. Although we have some wild synergy now, but I don't think that actually is going to matter too much. Let's go ahead and forget Treacherous Waterways. We'll play Indomitable Claim. We'll play Ravaged Undergrowth Slithers back to life. What else do we need to do this turn? We need to remove some invaders somewhere. How are we doing this? We're going to defend land 3. We're going to defend land 2. And we're probably going to remove invaders in land 4 while we're at it. So we need to get... I want to get the threshold on Ravaged Undergrowth, which means playing either Voracious Growth or Boon of Vigor. Let's probably do Voracious Growth instead of Boon of Vigor. And then this innate is maxed already. So let's just finish off with River's Bounty for the energy and the extra Dahan. I think that's good. We don't need to place an element this turn unless we want to. We could place an element for Indomitable Claim. And do the skip instead of the defend. But I think... It's defend... Oh, it's defending on adjacent land with your presence. I screwed that up. So, land 3, we can't actually defend here. But we can pull the Dahan out of it. So at least it blights, and then we're fine. So, let's do that. I'm not going to do the action skip. Although the extra fear would be kind of nice. So let's Indomitable Claim here. Let's go to 5 card plays, maybe? Or because then we don't have to worry about getting to 5 energy, which would take a little bit too long. So then we will go in here, defend there, defend 4 there, because reasons. I wish I could defend in land 3, but I can't because it doesn't have my presence in it. And then gather Dahan into land 2. Let's gather in 4 Dahan. Oh, wait, no, not those Dahan. Whoops. I know what I'm doing, I swear. We're gathering these 2 Dahan so they do not die. We could do a Dahan trade there, honestly, but I don't want to do that right now. Coastal lands are going to build again shortly, but I think I want to keep these Dahan more centrally located. And then we can remove that town. All right, Years of Little Rain. Well, that's a broken card. Do we act to ease the drought or not? I think we don't. Because the negative health would mean that Ravaged Undergrowth Slithers back to life will actually be able to clear the city and the town in land 7. And if we take another blight, that's not really the end of the world. Well, it gets us really low on blight. We go down to 1 blight this turn, but this is the event, so we know what the event is. That's probably fine. Let's let the land wither. We put a blight in land 6. Each beast does 2 damage. Defend 1 per Dahan. Invaders build in the wetlands. We clear land 2. We blight in land 3. And then we'll clean up a blight with Voracious Growth in a moment, which is part of why I'm willing to risk this. And we have 2 blight before we get to another event. And then we Ravaged Undergrowth Slithers back to life. We'll do that on land 7. So let's do that. We get 3 damage, so take out the city and the town. And then we can click or drag. Okay, we can push can push the wilds. So let's push it to land 5, where it can then push things. And in each land with wilds within range of target land, range 1 of target land, we push things. So let's push that to land 8. And then we can push these guys to land 2, maybe? And we can push this guy into land 7. So we've got a few things there, but we can deal with them shortly. Then we'll remove a blight from land 4 and pull some Dahan into... Let's spread them out a little bit back into land 1. We'll get a couple more, or another Dahan there. All right, so we have 5 card plays. We have our Reclaim 1. I could grow this turn, but I think I'm just going to Reclaim again. Well, no, I don't need to Reclaim again. I can... we can just play 4 cards, and that should still be fine, I think. What is our solution to land 7, though? I don't think we have a solution to land 7 particularly. I think that's okay. Let's gain another major. I think that'll be fine, because we have enough blight on the card. We're going to have 8 energy this turn. Hey, Solidify Echoes of Majesty Past. That's fun when we have a bunch of destroyed presence. Are we going to hit the threshold on that? Do we have anything with Moon? No, we don't. Trees Radiate Celestial Brilliant. Oh, Talons of Lightning is actually pretty fun here. Can we just win off of that? Is there enough stuff there? If we can get 3 fire, 3 air, we can't get the threshold on it. But Talons of Lightning... Yeah, I know. I really like the Years of Little Rain. Oh, I actually want the health penalty more than I actually want the extra presence right now. It's a weird moment. Flow like water, reach like air. We could just pull a bunch of stuff. We could pull Oh yeah, we can pull everything into land 3, defend it for a bazillion, and then. Oh, that won't actually win us the game quite, because they'll build in the coastal lands first. Unless we can do damage fast, which we can do some damage fast, but not enough damage fast. I think I'm tempted to just go with Solidify Echoes of Majesty Past here after all, and just skip a bunch of actions and see what happens. So let's do that. We'll forget Ravaged Undergrowth, Slithers back to life. We'll go to 4 energy here. Let's grow into land 7. We'll reclaim Indomitable Claim. Play all of these. Oh, we can't afford Wash Away, can we? Nope, we can't quite afford Wash Away. Except we can just skip all the actions, so we don't actually need to reclaim Indomitable Claim. Let's undo that reclaim. We can take back River's Bounty? Yeah, we can take back River's Bounty and play 4 cards that way. And then we just need to put a plant element on maybe land the corner over here to get the full threshold on that. And then Solidify Echoes of Majesty Past will skip a bunch of actions and defend a bunch of things. So I think that'll work. I don't know. I haven't fully thought this through, but it'll probably be fine. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what happens here. All right, I am going to click a land to defend. I want to defend in land 4, and then I want to add a presence to land 2, a presence to land 3, a presence to land 7, and a presence to land 5. So now that's all my destroyed presence back, which is great. Then we boon a Vigor to get some more energy. We call to a Sunlit Haven on land 2. We defend 4 in land 7. We want to gather Dahan into land 3, or defend 7 in land 3. Blech, can't talk. Let's click gather those 3, and do we want one more? I suppose we do want one more, don't we? And then I can remove these guys. Is that actually going to work? I don't actually know. We might need to skip that Ravage still. World's Vibrance fades. Okay, remove 1 blight from the blight card. We can prevent that by destroying 2. Isolate a land with Beast. 1 fear if invaders are present. And on each board with 5 or more Dahan, add Dahan to the land with the most. Okay. So let's destroy 2 presents. We don't need this triple stack in land 5 for sure. Isolate a land. Yep, that has to be there. We get another Dahan there. Dahan reclaim fishing grounds. Okay, we just win off of that. That's great. So let's gather a Dahan in and then deal 6 damage. All right, and that's the game. That's the game. Terror level 2 win with Haven River into England 4 and Elemental Invocation. So that's fun. Yeah. All right, it's 2:15 my time. So I have maybe 30 minutes left for this stream, I'm afraid. Is there anything anyone particularly wants to see from the Sanctuaries pack right away? I'm not... It's probably going to have to be a solo game if we're going to get it done before I have to shut this down. Unfortunately, got to pick my kid up from the bus in about half an hour. So if you have anything, in the comments, please let me know what you think. We'll try and pick a new game here in a moment. Let's see. So what else do we have? We had Haven River. We also have Towering Roots of the Jungle, which I don't know very well. If you guys want to watch me stumble through that, I can do that. I've got a call for Roots. Let's do it. Let's play some Roots. Board D? Why not? I just did board C, so let's go down to board D. So Roots. This one does all sorts of things. And we get 3 presents to start with, plus our Incarnate. It's a 1/1/1 spirit, so we're going to get lots of presents down onto the island. And we're going to be trying to drag things to our Incarnate and then remove them there. We're going to be doing some stuff with that. I keep hearing that growth 2 on Roots is kind of a trap. As is Empowering. I don't know if that's actually true. I'm probably not going to be playing it on a high enough difficulty for us to really see that. But we will probably be doing more Growth 3, hopefully. Just moving our Incarnate around and actually trying to hit a bunch of different lands as opposed to just dragging everything in like as if we were Lure. Or Lair Lure, I should say. Adversary for this one? I don't know. Let's see. Defense. So let's I don't know. Let's do something silly. I don't know what Roots is good into. Let's do Sweden. All right, we got another call for Roots. I think Sweden would be funny here. Do we have blight removal? I don't remember. We have vitality, which doesn't work well with them getting extra blight down. So we're still gonna have to do things about that, but I think that'll be fun. Maybe I shouldn't do level 6 though. Oh well. You can watch me lose. That'll be fine. Escalation is gonna be a little annoying, but board D, yeah. Oh, you don't like Roots either. You just want us to suffer together. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's do this. Let's take on Sweden. All right, invaders start in the sands, so we're gonna have a couple of gigantic freaking ravages coming in right away. That's great. I don't know how we're gonna handle those. We'll figure it out. Because Blooming of the Rocks and Trees, we can get a vitality down, but the vitality at most is going to be... what am I saying? The vitality will eat one of the blight from Sweden, but not the other one, if I understand it correctly. We'd still want to try and defend in land 7. Radiant Hallowed Grove isn't going to do anything for us right away. Do we want to gain some extra energy with Growth 3? Boon of Resilient Power. What can we actually accomplish here? let's go ahead and assume we're going to take a bunch of blight first off. Let's go ahead and take a growth 2 here. I'm going to gain a minor power, see what we get. We mostly like sun and plant with earth and moon as our secondaries. Or tertiaries, I guess. Call to Ferocity could let us at least save some Dahan. Oh, that's right. We could actually do the, like, Concealing Shadows thing in land 7, potentially. That might be good. If we pull a Dahan in there and then we move our Incarna there next turn, then we can let the land blight. We lose the Incarna. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the clarification. Yes, 1 Vitality stops 1 of the 2 blights. So I think we're going to flip the blight card on turn 2. It's going to be bad, but that's fine. Fire in the Sky might actually be kind of nice, because then we could avoid doing that by just strifing the city and being able to set up enough defend with Entwine the Fates of All. So let's do that. Let's take Fire in the Sky. Let's grow into land 7, where I'm going to try and do some defense next turn. We'll save... I think we'll play Fire in the Sky next turn, and this turn we'll play... I guess I didn't even think about whether I'm going bottom or top track. I just assumed I should go bottom track, but I guess we play Blooming of the Trees, Rocks and Trees, and Boon of Resilient Power, because I want to save these 2 and I can't afford this one. So this one is going to gain me a major power, and this one is going to let me add a Vitality or add a Wilds. We're going to have Gather an Explorer and a Dahan, which we can target on land 7 because we get +1 range, I think. Yeah, from our Incarna. And then Revoke Sanctuary and cast out. Oh, actually, that'll make this really easy. Then we don't even need to Entwine the Fates of All in land 7. Oh, no, but no, that's only in our Incarna. Never mind. So like we can't actually... We have to target the Incarna land for that. Well, let's play these, and we'll sort of figure it out as we go. We're just going to vibe here. It's fine. That's not a terrible idea or anything. So I'm going to stop land 7 entirely, I think. Blooming of the Rocks and Trees. Let's throw a Vitality on land 4 so that we only take 1 blight there instead of 2. And then Boon of Resilient Power. We don't want to do that yet. I want to shelter under trees and branches first. So let's gather a Dahan from land 5, and let's gather an Explorer too. So that'll Ravage for 5 damage. We'll defend it for 4 with Entwine the Fates of All, and then because Fire in the Sky is going to strife the city. So unless an event screws us over, which it always can. That's just life. Remove that town, and then I guess gain a major. Death falls gently from open blossoms. That's kind of fun. I don't know that that's particularly good for us. We have 1 air plant card already, and then we got Fire in the Sky. Do we have air on our tracks? Probably not. But we do have plant on our tracks. So we could probably threshold that at some point. Jungles and Sands are kind of our most built-up lands right now. Solidify Echoes of Majesty Past seems really good, especially if we're starting to destroy our own presence shortly here, which I think I'm intending to do. So that might be the better pick. I think we can we can pretty easily threshold that at some point here. Wounded Wild turns on its assailants. That's all. I like this card a lot. I don't think it's very good. I don't think we have any animal element either, so that's going to make it a little tricky to threshold. Mists of Oblivion. I'm not even going to take Mists of Oblivion. Let's take Solidify Echoes and see what happens. I think I'm going to go ahead and forget Boon of Resilient Power, because we don't need to add Destroyed Presence if we've got Solidify Echoes, or we don't want to. We want Solidify Echoes to get the action skips. So yeah, let's forget Boon of Resilient Power. We've still got other stuff with the right elements to threshold that. Then let's go for, do we want the Sun element? Keep going down the card plays track, probably. So let's hit growth 3 this turn. I think I want to put my Incarna over in land 8. Well, no, because it's blighted already. So land 7 doesn't need my Incarnate in it. We could put the Incarnate in land 4, but that's not really helpful yet. I mean, it'll be helpful later if we can get high levels of Revoke Sanctuary and Cast Out. Let's do this. Let's gain a minor, because we've already got one major that's pretty darn solid. Reaching Grasp is kind of interesting here. Probably not that great. Call to Migrate. Get some more Dahan movement. Infested Aquifers, I feel like, is not going to do much for us. Set them on an ever-twisting trail. Get Isolate. Isolate is actually pretty nice against Sweden because it stops the Mining Rush. We could stop the Mining Rush from land 4 into land 3 if we isolated it this turn. But I don't think we can do that because we already have our card plays spoken for. Set them on an ever-twisting trail is the only card that has Plant, though, in the draft, which makes it more appealing and potentially useful later on. What am I doing about land 8? How am I going to stop that one? I do not know. I do not know how I'm going to stop land 8. I might try to reclaim and hit Fire in the Sky on the city and then defend with Entwine the Fates of All again. So yeah, let's take Set them on an ever-twisting trail. We don't have, like, well, I suppose Solidify Echoes is an action skip. So we could just skip the Ravage in land 8 then. Also, I have not been paying attention to my Dahan for escalation yet. That could be a problem. Let's just Set them on an ever-twisting trail and not worry about it too much yet. Do I want 2 energy? No, I'm gonna have enough energy without that. So let's get the Sun element. We need 2 presence in land 7, and I don't think I want to actually replace the Incarna or move the Incarna this turn. If I did move it, I would move it to land 8. But adding Vitality there doesn't help because the Vitality doesn't do anything in a blighted land. So let's skip moving it for now. And then we're going to play Entwine the Fates of All and Fire in the Sky this turn, which means we don't get most of our innates. We can get the Dahan movement to maybe pull this Dahan out of there if it doesn't get converted right away. But that's going to be a little awkward. Yeah. So let's finish playing cards. We'll Fire in the Sky here, Strife the City, Entwine the Fates of All, confirm, and put Defend 4 there. Interesting. No, increasing aggression. +1 damage per land when ravaging. That's a problem, because we only have Defend 4. Tend the Land is not going to do anything for us because we don't have Dahan in lands with Blight, and we don't have any Fear cards, so we're in trouble. Well, that's a problem. So let's go ahead and hit here first. So they add 1 Blight. Mining Rush adds a town. I want to put it in land 3, definitely not in land 5. Yep, that'll count as presence. They'll kill a Dahan. We still take out the city and an Explorer at least. And then they add a town to land 1, I guess. Oh, no, not to land 1. We want to add the town to land 6. Excuse me. Because then we can revoke Sanctuary and cast it out later on. So add a town there, confirm that. Kill the city, kill an Explorer. Add the town to land 6. Alright, jungle's explored, which is a little awkward, but that's fine. Oh, actually, that's a lot awkward, because that was the escalation that I was hoping to avoid. Oh well. That's life. We're low on Dahan. This is a problem. I don't really want to gather any of the Dahan that are over here right now. Just because I guess we could gather into the jungles, but then that leaves the sands and wetlands more vulnerable. Do we want to go to... we're a ways from Terror 2. How much Destroyed Presence do I have? I have 1. And I'll probably have 2 next turn. So can I get enough energy to play Solidify Echoes? I don't think I actually can. So I can't do the action skip in land 6. So I am going to have to just rely on Fire in the Sky and Entwine the Fates of All, I think. Let's not move a Dahan right now. I think it's just going to be safer to leave the sands vulnerable and the wetlands safe. So, is what it is, I guess. Or wait a minute. Can our... It prevents... No, it prevents damage and destroyed. It doesn't prevent replacement. Or removal. That's right. Okay, so let's go for growth... No, we need to do growth 1 here. Reclaim and get stuff to defend land 8. I can actually change it to 2D for a minute, I think, if you want. Let's see, 2D Classic. How does that look? There isn't really the same interface, unfortunately, in 2D for where the Incarnate protects it. Actually, I'm not a huge fan of how the Incarnate stacks with the Presence disc in 2D. I'm gonna switch it back for now, but yeah. So let's... Oh, no. We don't want to grow 3. We want to growth 1. And then we can get 2 energy, because we need 2 energy this turn. Grow into land 8. Entwine the Fates of All and Fire in the Sky. And then jungles will be a giant problem later, but we will figure that out. Yeah, I think this is what we got to do. So let's Fire in the Sky here on the city. Entwine the Fates of All. Defend it there to not take Oodles of Blight. Putting down roots. Yeah, we are still healthy. Putting down roots. Hopefully they're not putting me down right now. Invaders do not ravage in lands with strife or disease. That's handy, actually, so that we can... Yeah, that's actually really handy, because then they won't ravage in land 8 at all. So I think I'm gonna do the replacement in land 8, where it's not gonna be an issue then. And then we can drive off the interlopers. Let's push this town from land 7 into land 6. Alright, invaders ravage in the mountains, nothing happens. Invaders build in the jungles. Alright, shelter under towering branches. I'm going to grab a Dahan into... I'm still not going to be able to afford Solidify Echoes into next turn. How far are we? We're still a ways from Terror 2. We're still quite a ways from Terror 2. I think land 2 is just going to blight twice, and that's not really solvable. Land 6, we can stop the blight by adding another Vitality there, which might be kind of nice. And then we can kind of just ignore things elsewhere. That Coastal Lands Explorer is a little scary. I want to pull that Dahan out of land 1 now, I think. Because I do not think... I would rather the wetlands stay safe, or the sands stay safe and the wetlands be risky here. So I guess let's go ahead and use Growth 2 here and get the extra Vitality there at the Incarnate. The only other thing I can think of is there some way we could... Well, we could stop the mining rush in land 2, but we're still going to take the blight. Yeah, 2D lands do tend to get cramped really fast. I wonder, could they just be like offset a little bit more, maybe? Like, I don't know. I like to be able to see the Incarnate. So let's gain a miner, because we're pretty low on energy. Ooh, Dire Metamorphosis. That's a fun one. Disorienting Landscape is probably a little bit better for us. We could solve land 1 with it this turn. And it has Plant Element. Devouring Ants would let us deal with some of these built-up jungles and things, but I don't know. Gold's Allure... It's a very strong card, as I've been told many times now. Let's take Disorienting Landscape. I'm not going to worry about it too much. All right, do we want the Earth Element or the 3 card plays? I think we want 3 card plays. We can actually play 3 cards this turn, so that's kind of nice. So let's go ahead and set, I think, a Sacred Site in land 3, so that we can deal with that somehow. Land 2 is going to be a problem, but maybe we can get Solidify Echoes of Majesty Past done in time? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Well, actually, no. If I... Okay, so let me undo that growth. If I take from top track instead, then we can go up to 4 energy per turn next turn. So let's do that, and then we can get Solidify Echoes of Majesty Past and actually just skip the terrible ravage that's going to happen in land 2 next turn. So for now, though, let's play Disorienting Landscape to handle land 1. Let's play... Or actually, do you want to set them on an Ever-Twisting Trail for that? No, I was going to set them on an Ever-Twisting Trail to potentially stop the Ravage, or the Mining Rush from land 2. But we don't care if the mountain gets a town. That's fine. So let's do Disorienting Landscape. We'll set them on an Ever-Twisting Trail. And let's play Blooming of Rocks and Trees. And then we can, at the very least, put a Vitality into land 3 here, which would be kind of nice. And then we can also remove a town from land 6 and maybe some other stuff. Let's just do that. Let's do that. So Disorienting Landscape, I'm going to hit land 1. Push that Explorer into... Let's push it into land 5? Let's push it into land 8. Farmers seek the Dahan for aid. Oh boy. Oh boy. There are no lands for them to do 2 damage in. That's amazing. And we could take the Blight in... Oh goodness, but the reduced health doesn't matter. I think we got to teach the invaders here because it saves us from getting horribly, horribly blighted. Yeah, let's teach the invaders. This is fine. This is fine. We'll add the town to land 1. Because, yeah, that way the disease kills the Dahan and we don't have to worry about a Wetlands Explorer converting it. And it stops the build. So they build there and they build there. Thank goodness Sweden doesn't have a loss condition around Wetlands Explorers. So that was a good Dahan to kill, unfortunately. Blooming of the Rocks and Trees. Let's go ahead and throw that Vitality in... Or do we want to do a Wilds? I don't think we want to do a Wilds. We should probably put the Vitality in like land 1, so we don't need to worry about that one. And then we can worry about Solidify Echoes of Majesty Past. We have 1 Destroyed Presence? Yeah, but we can get a 2nd Destroyed Presence in a moment here by taking our 3rd growth option and removing our Incarnate. So let's go ahead and... We could empower our Incarnate. I don't think that's important, though. It just skips build actions. So let's throw the Vitality there, so land 1 is fine. Let's shelter under trees and branches. We could grab a Dahan back into there. Or no. You know what? I'm kind of happy with the 3 Dahan where they are, unfortunately. I don't think we're going to be able to do too much else with that. So the question then is, do we want to gather an Explorer somewhere? And I probably do. Let's not gather a Dahan, but let's gather that Explorer out of land 7. And then revoke Sanctuary and cast out. We can take out a town. And let's see here. I hope I can finish this game. I am probably not going to quite be able to, though. I'm glancing at the time. All right, let's gain a miner to go along with our Solidify Echoes, hopefully. Gift of Nature's Connection. That's kind of fun. Get some more energy income. Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark is also really fun. With pushing the Blight around, we could move some Blight to make Vitality matter again. And it'll actually get us a little bit of fear, too. It would also defend land 1 this turn, so the Vitality stays there for next turn when it's going to Ravage. I think Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark is definitely the card here. So let's go ahead and go to 4 energy, and I want to move my Incarnate to... Where do I want my Incarnate? I think I want my Incarnate in land 3. I need to put the gas on the fear at some point here, because right now I am not doing a good job of figuring things out. So let's go to land 2. Oh no, let's not go to land 2. Let's go to land 4, because we're gonna add destroyed presence to land 2 with this, because it's each adjacent land. So we're probably going to choose land 4 for the Solidify Echoes and Majesty Past. And then we'll move our Incarna, because I do want to destroy something, some presence. Let's get the Incarna into land 3, because then we can put some Vitality over there more easily in the future. So let's play Favor the Sun and Starlit Dark. Let's play Solidify Echoes of Majesty Past. That's not great for our innates. Oh, and we get to reclaim a unique, or we can reclaim a power card. I don't know that we care to do that. The power card from the discard, because I think we're just going to reclaim next turn anyway, most likely. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll figure that out in a moment. So let's defend here, get some fear. And then we will Solidify Echoes of Majesty Past. We'll defend here. We'll add a presence there to skip the Ravage, and a presence there to skip the Ravage. The unique power we forgot was the one that lets us gain more majors. So that might actually not be a bad idea. Just because then we can... And it also has good elements, I think, for us. So let's do that. We get Boon of Resilient Power. Oh, and we get to play it? Oh... That's actually really nice, because then that gets us our innate again. Is there something else I should be grabbing? No, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Maybe we can like find Paralyzing Fright or something and start trying to threshold that. All right, seek new farmland. In each land with 2 or more, push a town to... Oh my goodness, that's going to be, I think, a few lands, isn't it? Yeah, that's a little annoying. Engage on their own terms isn't going to do anything because we haven't been taking good care of our Dahan. Strife in a land with Blight. Let's probably do that up here in this mountain. Or maybe we want to do it in land 4 to get it on a city. Let's do it in land 4 and get it on a city. Alright, so they will Ravage here and nothing happens. They will Ravage here and we will skip it. And they will Ravage there and we will skip it. So we're still alive, we just haven't won. And don't really have a good idea of how we're going to win. But we will figure that out. Alright, so Sands explored, so that's kind of a problem. We can revoke Sanctuary and cast out, we get rid of a town in here, and we can pull a Dahan and an Explorer somewhere. Let's do that in the jungle here. So let's pull an Explorer from land 4. Not that that makes a huge difference, but we can do it at least. Yeah. And then Boon of Resilient Power. Storm Swath is kind of cool. Irresistible Call is fairly cool. Vanish softly away, forgotten by all. Voice of Command. Can we just load everything up into one giant messy land with Irresistible Call? Probably not easily. I think Storm Swath is going to be a little more useful. But I don't know if we can we thresh... Do we have a chance of thresholding it? We have air. Do we have water? I don't think we're going to get there. I don't think we're going to get to the threshold in Storm Swath. But it's still like 2 damage to everything in one land, if nothing else. Vanish softly away, forgotten by all. Starts getting rid of some of these cities, though, which is kind of nice. I don't know. I guess I'm going to take Vanish softly away, forgotten by all. I'll forget, I think, Disorienting Landscape. Or wait, no, that's good for thresholding this. Let's forget Fire in the Sky? Yeah, we could forget Boon of Resilient Power again. And at that point, I am going to have to actually end the stream and save the game. So I will try and see if I can find a way to keep this stream going and or record the rest of this game. But I'm afraid that I need to actually stop right now. So my apologies for leaving the game hanging. I don't know if this is going to be a win or a loss, but I'll hopefully find out later and maybe be able to share that with you. Thanks everyone for watching though, and check out Nature Incarnate. It's getting better by the phase. So have a good day, everyone.